tell you something. Don't be scared. It's midnight, baby, just us two, no bright lights, nothing to prove. Your handshake, mine do too, but it feels right being close to you. Come closer, don't look away. We both know why you came to stay. Your heart beats loud, I hear it too. This moment's a little taboo. Don't rush it, move slow, feel the heat start to grow. If you want me, let it show. Tell me soft, tell me low. Taboo, taboo. Midnight with you.
Hello and welcome everyone to Charm Chats and Happily Ever After Sprints, where all month long I've been hosting the rotating lineup of Romantasy authors, and I'm so glad for the conversation we're going to have today. I'm Shannon, writing on the pen name of SE Huston, and the founder and conference chair of the AuthorTube Writing Conference, and also run weekly writing sprints on my YouTube channel. And besides what I do here on YouTube, I am an epic Romantasy author who loves writing about broken characters, brutal choices, and love that refuses to let go, in worlds of dangerous magic, sharp edges, and the occasional dragon. And today I am joined by Willow Bern, who actually writes under a couple of different pen names. So we have that. I put the different ones in the description box for the ones that you had the links. And so Willow also is known as CJ Sweetbottom, who writes monstrously sweet romances about awkward scholars, impossible creatures, and the magic that happens where two worlds collide. Hello, puppy.
Sorry.
Sorry. Like,
no,
hello. I want to be part of the show too.
I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Sure. When not documenting the courtship rituals of pixies and botanists, Willow can be found in Mexico cultivating a garden that may or may not be developing opinions about what she should plant next. The Botanist Field Guide to Accidental Betrothals is the first book in the Monstrously Sweet Romance series, where every monster gets their happily ever after, and no one has to choose between love and being wonderfully unapologetically themselves. So welcome to the show, Willow. I'll let you introduce whatever else you want to add in there.
Sorry about that. Let me open the front door for her. If you give me just a second, yeah. I apologize, but I don't want her to bark for the whole time. I'll be right back.
Okay. For anybody who is here, we did put some links down in the description box. I didn't have them there before, so just in case if you didn't know that there was links there prior, you might have to refresh the screen to get them. But and I believe Willow writes under a couple other different pen names. I don't know if you want to talk to them, but I know like her newsletter is under a different pen name, but you can still write to her to reach her under that one as well.
I'm so sorry about that. She's just discovered her bark.
That's okay.
My actual name, which my Substack is under, is Lori Tennant, and I write werebear, kind of darker romance, reverse harem under Willow Bern, and also some kinky cozies. But the world is scary, so I wanted to write something crazy and sweet. So CJ Sweetbottom was kind of started as a joke. I did a cover, and other people were like, "That looks funny writing." So here we are.
So you had the cover first before the book.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Well, let me describe a little bit about the book here from the book description. Sir Evan, how do you say that? Evan. Lord, I couldn't remember the sound. Sir Evan Heartfree would rather catalog mushrooms than navigate society. So when he discovers a tiny shivering creature in his beloved marsh, he does what any decent naturalist would do. He shares a sandwich. It's an act of kindness and nothing more. Except Poppy Nettledown isn't just any creature. She's a marsh pixie. In her world, accepting food within a fairy ring 3 nights in succession means something very specific. They're now engaged. When Poppy arrives at his door barefoot with her luggage and an absolute certainty that they're about to be married, even Evan faces his most terrifying challenge yet. Not the pixie who can make roses explode with a touch, or the vicious society matron determined to destroy his family, but the revolutionary idea that he might actually deserve to be loved exactly as he is. It's perfect for readers who love awkwardly adorable heroes who info dump about how do you say that word? Fungi. Literal, I can spell all day, but sometimes I can't remember how words are supposed to sound.
Oh, you're all good.
Literal-minded heroines who solve problems with magic, Regency ballrooms where furniture becomes sentient, marriages of convenience that become wonderfully inconvenient, sweet romances with magical chaos and zero bed hopping, found family, and happily ever afters for beautifully weird people. And this is a cozy Regency romantasy where the only thing that more binding than pixie law is true love. I love that. This is perfect for what the book is all about.
Oh, yay. I'm glad. I'm a big Jane Austen fan, so I love the period. I thought it'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
Throw monsters in there.
So what drew you to write in the romantasy genre? And I know you've been writing in this genre for a while before it was probably even called romantasy. But what drew you to it?
I like folklore a lot, and I like magical elements, and I love romance. I love writing romance, and it expands the world. And I think for me, and anyway, as a reader, it gives me more of an escape and more areas to play with, because I don't have to follow all of the rules from the world we actually live in. I can get really playful with it.
We can make our own rules.
So I like that mashup, and I like reading it. So that's another thing. So
yeah. I think a lot of us we were reading romantasy before it was called romantasy. And then realized, oh, well, that's what I've been reading this whole time. So
right. I mean, how many of us were reading like Anne McCaffrey and stuff, which isn't romantasy, but it's all that wonderful fantasy stuff. Who doesn't want a dragon?
Right. Yep, the dragon. The romance begins because Evan unknowingly invokes an ancient pixie contract. When writing a magical marriage born from misunderstanding, how did you approach balancing folklore rules with modern romantic agency?
Well, I think for me, part of the trick is because, I like mashups, so I don't know that I always 100% follow the rules. Like, I think I was playing with some of the rules of pixies. There isn't quite as much lore about pixies as there is about like fairies and different kinds of fae folk. But I picked some that are somewhat consistent, like iron being bad and and lifetimes being different. There's a different idea of that, but it gave me a lot of room to play, and I like the mashups. So if I take a magical world and folklore, and I take like a Regency is more restricted, and so I like the idea of the difference, kind of this wild magic and a kind of structured society seemed to me like a fun mashup.
Yeah.
And
what was it? I'm trying to remember. It was called something of green is what she was calling it. I thought I could find my notes here, but it's not coming up.
It's the agreement of the greens, or
exchange of the greens. Found it in my notes. So is that something that you made up then?
It is. That is actually made up.
Okay.
But
I was wondering,
like there's a lot of mushroom rules, and there's a lot of, especially with pixies, it's like you really don't want to make an agreement because you almost never really know what you're agreeing to.
You're actually getting, right?
Yeah. So I like that about pixie lore, is that you can think you're doing something really simple, but you gotta be really careful. You gotta be really careful about telling them your name and all kinds of little things like that. Because it can get much bigger, much faster with pixies. And so I like that part of the lore, that it's like, oh, you think you've done one thing, but
here's what.
Yeah.
Emma Softon, hey, she is a sweet romance writer.
Hi.
Like button booped. Hello. And I think, we were just talking about what this book could classify as when you go to, put it out in the world. And you found that it could possibly be, with Poppy, who's the main character, female character, being autistic.
Yeah.
And so this question kind of almost has a different lens, I think, with that, because you're not really, in that case, it may not be so much balancing the folklore rules, but you have the rules, but then you also have her who's like a stickler for the rules.
Yes.
So, so I think that's interesting.
Yes, she's very linear. She very much is not a casual liar. Coming into human culture is the amount of lying needed just to socially maneuver is very difficult for this character, which I think maybe is part of the reason when I was asking AI about where should I put this, and that way autism coded came up, autistic coded heroine. So I was like, oh, fair.
So Evan is a socially anxious, deeply introverted, and far more comfortable with fungi than with people. So what was the challenge of crafting a romantic lead who isn't traditionally like bold or charismatic?
Well, you might have noticed I'm not a rule follower, and I really like writing cinnamon rolls. And I felt like Poppy is kind of holding down the confident and assertive, and it's kind of in her character. So I wanted him to be a good foil for this really outgoing, confident character, to have somebody who's more thoughtful and who's really a very nice person.
Yeah.
And I love cinnamon rolls personally. I love reading them. And in real life, I like them. I'm married to one. And I feel like sometimes the nice guys aren't written as interesting characters, or they don't get to be leads. And I love nice guys. I think we need more nice guys. So I'm repping nice guys.
Yeah, well, and he does, like, he comes into his own. And I think that's because he's given the space to trust that he can like who he is. So, yeah. And I like that, how he grew throughout the story.
Thank you.
Yeah. I told you I like the story. So I don't know. There's too many stories this time that I didn't like, because I try to read all of them. But I really enjoyed it. And it's a fun read. And it doesn't drag anywhere, which I just loved, because I was going through it, the whole time. It's like, oh, it's almost done. Wait, what? There's not enough left. So Poppy does operate by ancient law and instinct, because she's the pixie. What was the most difficult part of writing a character who thinks so differently from humans?
Trying to get it to still sound like a Regency. I wanted a lot of that social play and banter. So I needed her to be pixie-like, but I couldn't push it too much, or it wouldn't have felt like it was kind of that Regency society where the stressors, like where social pressure is a big deal, kind of in that time period and in the season. And so I think I had to try and find a balance in that. I couldn't let it go too crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think, as far as like, before she actually came into the human world, and showed up on his doorstep, she, you hear her, she says it, or there's a flashback, or not quite flashback, but she was watching the house for a few days. Like, she knew, like, his mother the queen was keeping him in the house. But she was listening. And so I think that part, like the diction and stuff like that, for her, it felt more natural, because she was studying them before she just showed up. Even if she didn't understand that, like, the skull of the animal that she brought with her would not be kosher. And so,
well, it's important to her.
Right. It was important to her. So it seemed like it was like very selective what she was like. Okay, so she got the diction down, and she understood who was in charge and who she had to make happy. And, but like at the same time, she's like, this is me. It's part of me. You're going to take it. So
it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Everybody's just got to figure things out.
But, it was always from the perspective, too, that everything she did was to make their home better. So, yeah.
She's very well intended. And I think that's part of what makes the two characters nice together.
Yeah.
Is they're well intended.
Both for each other. Yes.
Yeah.
And you see a lot more of what she's doing for him throughout the story through her point of view. You don't really get as much from him until near the end, and she realizes, oh, well, he did this and he did that, and he put a little bit of soil there so that I could, I think it was in the church or something, right? The vestibule, or whatever it's called. I don't know if I got the right place. I can't remember.
It doesn't matter. In the house, she had to have. He gave her a little spot where she could feel the earth and
Yeah. So and then the box that she slept in. So the
Tony iron out of the house.
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
Yeah. No,
I know he made sure like the clothes had no iron in it, so it wouldn't affect her again, and the jewelry and stuff. And he got her the wooden rings. So yeah.
And they changed earlier in the book. Even it started in his study where they changed the hinges on the doors to brass. They changed everything.
Oh, I missed that part. Yeah. I probably read it and just didn't remember it.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's just a little thing.
Yeah, just a little, but I mean, it does. Yeah, so it's not like as obvious, I think, from what everything he's doing. But then she starts realizing all of what he's doing, which is kind of cool because we get what she's changing for him because we get it from her, basically her internal monologue. We get it, what she's doing. We don't really get the same thing from him, which is kind of actually male-like. So it's her who has to recognize all these things that he's done. So yeah, I liked it. The tone is cozy, whimsical, yet the consequences of breaking magical law are genuinely dark. I'm glad I didn't really go dark there because I loved where it stayed.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I was hoping that wasn't, and I didn't think it was based off of the cover and the title. I was like, this is not going to go dark. So how did you decide where to let the story feel playful and where to let it feel like that little bit of dangerous?
I don't know that I thought about it. I think because I write dark, it didn't even dawn on me that that was going to register for some people as really dark. I mean, I wanted the stakes to have a certain weight, but it didn't. I didn't realize until other people started going, "Oh, I felt some kind of way." I was like, "Oh."
I mean, it's there. The threat is there, and then when she starts turning into a tree, I mean, that's pretty dark. I mean, like she's giving up everything, and it's funny. Actually, I have a story I wrote when I was a teenager about a girl who did the same thing. She turned into a tree. But it made it remind me of my story, but a whole different storyline.
There's so many great myths about women who turn into trees.
I think I got it from Greek mythology. Was it Daphne or something? There was some.
I'd have to go look to find names and stuff, but there's multiples. You know.
Yeah, they turn into trees.
Or was it dryads will turn into trees to escape men who are chasing them?
Yeah, that's what I think I remember. It was a dryad or something, some type of nymph, of some type that was running away from a god and turned into a tree to escape the man. So, all right. So, do you have any favorite fantasy or fantasy romance or romantasy authors or a story that really shaped how you think about blending fantasy and romance in your stories?
Well, this is not actually a romance. It's just a fantasy. There's a little bit of romance in it, and it's actually YA, but I just love it. I love The School for Good and Evil, especially the first book. It hits tropes that I really like and that I write too. That whole idea of finding yourself and found family. I'm obsessed with that. Even when I try not to write that, I write that. So I tend to love books that have that. And that first book is so funny when they play with the ideas of good and evil and how they're tied to beautiful and ugly. I just think it's really interesting. If you haven't read it yet, I would highly recommend it. It's a wonderfully fun.
Do a TV series on it?
Yeah, but the TV series is
not good.
Yeah, not compared to the book. You know, sometimes things are even wonderful on the screen, but they lose a lot of the nuance and kind of the point of the book, if that makes sense. They enjoy the music and the school, but the whole question about value and beauty and what that means, all of that kind of gets lost. And that's, I think, one of the most interesting things about the book. It's trying to say a lot for a YA fantasy, but I loved it.
Yeah. So what is your favorite fantasy or romance trope and why? Is it the found family or is it,
the found family is really a big one for me. I just really like it. And I think I also I like second chance romance a lot too, if I'm honest. I love to see people that kind of get that second try. For my own readership, what I'm enjoying reading now and I'm actively looking for is I like later in life romance too. I'm tired of a little bit of like 20 somethings who want to get married and have kids. Sorry.
I am reading a series. I just finished the second book and it's whimsical and cozy and it's about witches. And they're all later in life. They're all they're like going into menopause. I'm trying to remember the name of what it was.
I'm looking for the Bog Witch books.
Bog Witch.
Yeah, I would like where it's the women are empowered and you know what I mean. They're accomplished and they just want to live their life and have fun and have adventure. And if someone wonderful comes along, folding that in, but not changing their whole life for the other person. You know, grown-up tropes.
I will have. Let me see if I can find this. I think you'll like this. The first one I can't quite remember the first one, but the second one, I know there's a when the first one comes into our magic, there's a talking cat that's very like has lots of opinions. So,
Oh, it sounds fun. I would
okay,
love
so
that.
Hot Flashes and Hexes is the name of the series.
Oh,
Uh,
that sounds wonderful.
so the second one, which I remember the most, no, this is the first one. Don't Hex the Handyman. It's a cozy witch romantic fantasy with midlife magic and comedy.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's the second one. No, that's the first one. Yeah, where did it go?
I just like the empowerment aspect. Sometimes it bothers me in some romances that are written with younger characters. It's like they change their whole life and dreams. It's not.
The second one was so funny. When she came into her magic, she had very high standards for who she wanted to date because of a bad relationship. And so when she comes in her magic, she's on a dating app and it matches her with every possible connection. And so like by the end of the first day, she has almost 1,000 people she connects with, and people just start popping in. And like someone from the 70s that she went on one date with pops up and he says, "Hey, pretty lady, let's go on a date. You're for me." And like all these men who she could have possibly had a connection with just start showing up everywhere. And she has to get away. And actually the guy that she ends up falling in love with reminds me of Evan, because he just wants to be left alone and in his own, he's kind of grumpy, but when she's around him, all of it stops. Her phone stops blowing up. And so she starts hanging out with him just to get away from all the craziness. And it's the universe telling her, you have to make a choice. And when she finally makes a choice, then all of the matches go away. But it was like her magic coming late in life. I really loved it. Ivy Spellman.
That sounds really fun. Tell me the title again.
So the first one, so that I can't remember the name of that one, but the first one is Don't Hex the Handyman. But the name of the series is Hot Flashes and Hexes.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I love the series, and it's really well written. Ivy Spellman is the name of the author.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. You were saying, I was like, wait, I'm reading a series. I started that series before Charm Chat started, so I had to put the series on pause to do the Charm Chat so I could catch up all the books. But yeah, okay. Let me get back to our regularly programmed schedule here.
Authors and readers too, man. We are book hungry. It's like, give me a good one.
Well, next we're going to do the fun and games portion, which author's choice. We're doing Would You Rather. And for this, I've prepared a list of whimsical and fantasy romance themed Would You Rather that actually goes with the book that Willow wrote. If anyone pops into chat, we'd love for you to play along and make your choices with us, and we'll just have some fun with it. So the first one I have is, would you rather accidentally enter a legally binding eternal magical marriage because you shared a half a ham sandwich with a stranger in the woods, or accidentally enter a legally binding magical marriage because you gave someone an amateur watercolor sketch of a mushroom?
Should I answer?
Yeah. No, we'll answer here on stage. So
okay. I think I'd go for the sandwich. I think I'm wooed by food.
Oh, I go for this one. Yeah, I like art. I'm not really a foodie. So yeah. Okay. Would you rather invoke an ancient pixie marriage contract by sharing by sharing a sandwich, or accidentally sell your soul because you misread a footnote in a botany textbook?
Ooh, well, I don't want to sell my soul. So
Yeah.
it has to be the other.
Yeah, it has to be. Well, I mean, after reading your book, it has to be the first one because we know that one ends sweet. Would you rather turn into a tiny pocket-sized hedgehog every time your social battery completely runs out at a party, or turn into a bright yellow witch's butter jelly fungus every day from sunset to sunrise? I think I'd go with the hedgehog because you can move.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the hedgehog because it's maybe less amount of time.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, because the other one would be from sunset to sunrise. The other one could be just a couple hours.
And you could end up in soup.
Yeah. Would you rather turn into a jelly fungus for eternity, or be stuck in a fairy ring giving relationship advice to passing hikers?
I'll take the passing hikers.
Me too. Yeah, I choose the fairy ring. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have the magical ability to instantly mute the most annoying person in the room for exactly 15 minutes, or have the magical ability to temporarily transfigure the judgiest person in the room into disgruntled badgers.
I would like the insta-mute, personally. How about you?
Oh, yeah, I like the mute too.
Just temporary, especially if I could do it in a way where it wasn't completely obvious.
Right. Yeah. So would you rather marry someone because of a legally binding magical ritual, or because your mother cornered you with a guest list and a vicar? I don't know how you say that.
Oh.
Yeah. First one. Yeah.
How about you?
Well, if you got a guest list, it means you got a choice.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So you're not magically legally bind it to one person, because it feels like that's what that would be for that first one. And the other one, you get choice, so you get to pick the best of the worst choices.
I don't know. See, my mother's hall pass was Barry Manilow, so I don't know if I want her to pick it. Nothing wrong with Barry Manilow, but
would you rather?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. What?
I don't think I'd worry about who my mother would pick for the list, and whether or not they would actually want a partner that was female would be my concern.
I wonder if you could see the list first and then make your decision about whether or not the magically, of the two, Yeah. Okay. Would you rather cook dinner using a sentient singing copper pot that makes Michelin star soup but requires you to constantly whisper compliments and flattery to it, or prep dinner on an enchanted wooden table that enthusiastically tries to grow fresh vines, leaves, and pumpkins while you're trying to chop vegetables?
Table.
The table?
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I don't know. I guess I'd go with the first one because I can't make food. So
Michelin star soup for a couple compliments is not so bad either.
Yeah, it's making me dinner. I don't have to make it. So all right, would you rather? Huh?
I actually like cooking, so we're coming at it from different
angles. Yeah, I don't like to cook. I did it for so many years, and now it's just like, I'm tired. I'm done cooking.
You can burn out on some things for sure. Certain tasks, you can be like,
yeah.
I know a lot of women who, once their kids were all grown, were like, oh, I'm just gonna pop some popcorn or make a sandwich. We're gonna do girl dinner.
Yeah.
Like girl dinner in your college years, and then once your kids are grown, girl dinner reappears.
Yeah. Well, I when I would cook, it'd be for my husband, my oldest son. My youngest son is autistic. He only eats 5 different foods. So now when I cook, my oldest son is out of the house. I'm cooking for me and my husband and doing something different for my son. And I just I get tired of doing that. I'm done. So it's just, yeah. So yeah, I do the easy stuff now. But would you rather? I'm sorry.
I said makes sense.
Oh, awesome. Would you rather defend your supernatural spouse with ancient pixie law, or with an aggressively confident PowerPoint presentation to the Royal Society? I guess it depends.
I'm going to go with the aggressive PowerPoint. I do really good visuals. I think I could maybe do a really aggressive, persuasive PowerPoint.
I think because of the audience being a Royal Society, the PowerPoint would probably make more sense than using ancient law. I don't know. Would you rather have bioluminescent wing ridges on your back that instantly change color to broadcast your exact emotions to everyone around you, or have your touch cause any dead or cut plant nearby to instantly explode into hypergrowth?
Oh, that's hard. Because I've always wanted wings, and I'm an avid gardener. So, that's really hard. I think I want wings.
Oh, I go with the second one on this one. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. Yeah, because the wings, you're always broadcasting your emotions to everyone. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't think I want people to know that much information about me.
I'm not sure that I don't already do that. I have no poker face at all.
Oh yeah, I've been told I have to work on adding emotion to my face, because I've been told that people tell me I never know what you're thinking, never know what you're even when I was in the military. I remember going through a course. It was a leadership course. At the end, we got the evaluation. It was one-on-one with our instructor, and my instructor's like, I found out later that you volunteered for this during the course, and you did that, you did this, and I was like, okay. He's like, I would have rated you higher if I'd known you volunteered for all this stuff. I never know what you're thinking. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why do I have to go around advertising that I'm volunteering to do these things? But anyways, but yeah, that's been something throughout my life. People saying they don't know what I'm thinking. And I say, well, it must be like it's a positive trait for me, because then don't give it away. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's growing up in an environment where you don't show emotions, because if you did, then you got beat up for it. So,
oh gosh, well then, yeah, that makes sense.
So, okay, where did I leave off? Oh, would you rather classify your spouse under Latin taxonomy, or let them classify you as acceptable nesting material?
I think I am acceptable nesting material. I think I'm going to go with that.
You know that one?
I think I'm cozy.
We'll do it. Yeah, let's do that one. Would you rather have a pixie perfectly organize your life, enhance all of your recipes, and do your chores, but they aggressively threaten anyone who's mildly rude to you? Or have a human botanist build a beautiful customized sanctuary just for you, but they're constantly documenting your daily habits in a leather-bound journal?
Oh, I think the first one. I don't think I even want to see a detailed list of what my habits actually are. I think I'd like to remain innocent of that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. If say this human botanist is doing it, right? This is your love interest.
Yeah.
They are detailing everything that makes you happy and unhappy. So they're really getting into learning who you are.
And it's my life partner, then that would make a difference, because that is a nice quality in a partner, is if they pay attention to what you like and don't like. That's kind of necessary for sure.
Yeah.
And oddly missing in a lot of relationships.
Yes. I totally believe that. I don't know. I think definitely different in the way we handle relationships, men and women. So, they just had a study that showed, or something, where in a situation that is stressful, man's, what is it? Some hormone elevates that pushes them to action. Mm-hmm. And for women, it's a different hormone that activates them to think about it. So they're like, if we always just thought about problems, that's what it was. If it was a problem, men get the hormone raise that makes them act on it, and women get the hormone raising levels that makes them think about it, ruminate on it. So it's like, if women only ever ruminated on stuff, we'd never get anything done. If men only did actions, then they'd probably do the wrong actions, because they never think about what they're doing. So that's why men and women go well together. And I was like, oh, it's interesting. Yeah. Would you rather attend a high society ball wearing iron-plated jewelry that is slowly poisoning you, or attend as a barefoot pixie who refuses to learn what a fork is?
I like to go incognito. I'm an introvert, so I'm going to go for the first. I'm going to burn.
You're going to burn. I would go to the second one, yeah. Or attend as a barefoot pixie. Mm-hmm. Which is weird, because like, I'm the one who's saying over here, I don't want to show emotions, but you're the one that's going incognito. I think I cut off part of this.
Well, I think part of that desire is that I have very little ability to go incognito. So I need as much distracting normality as I can manifest.
All right. Would you rather try to woo your crush the pixie way by solemnly handing them a perfectly clean water bowl skull and a jar of graveyard dirt, or try to woo them the human way by strapping yourself into a suffocating cravat or corset and make agonizingly polite small talk about the weather for 6 months?
Yeah. Again, can't hide things. Small talk is not very good. I'll go with the first
one. I don't know which
Give
one.
me the bowl skull.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with the first one, just because I don't want to wear anything that's suffocating, to be honest. All right. Would you rather be ruined by scandal, or be transfigured into a mildly confused badger in the middle of a waltz?
Mildly confused badger.
Yeah.
I would like to experience transformation. That would be fantastic.
Would you rather?
Sorry. Badger is a nickname a friend of mine had for me too. So it would be particularly apropos to be turned into a badger briefly.
Just briefly. Yeah, as long as it doesn't stay.
Yeah.
Would you rather turn into a hedgehog when stressed or accidentally turn rude party guests into woodland creatures? I'd rather turn the rude guests into woodland creatures.
I don't know. Hedgehogs are really cute. I think there are times it might be nice to be able to fit in a friend's pocket. I'm maybe going to go for hedgehog.
As long as they know that that's you.
Yes.
Like, we knew that's Poppy because the eyes, right? He could the hedgehog always had the lavender eyes. I was like, what if they didn't know it was you? And then they put you in a cage and like, I'll have a new pet.
And that's lore too, that the pixies can change size and that hedgehog is a form they often have. That's actually lore.
Oh, that's cool. Huh. I didn't know. I wondered how much of it was part of the lore because, like, I knew, like, I recognized iron, especially that comes from Fae and Fairy and whatnot. Yeah. And I was like, I wonder, and that's what made me wonder about the exchange of the green.
Exchange of greens, yeah. And I just made that part up, but in my research, and I'll be honest with you, I was just playing with this one. I didn't go super deep, but that if pixies had a shape besides pixie, hedgehog came up, and I like the idea of that. Hedgehog strikes me as particularly funny. They're really cute and strange.
Yeah, I like it. I like that they made it in there.
Yeah,
it made it a unique story. I think, even though you're saying it's from the lore, it's still unique because you don't often read of that. So,
I might do a bonus scene at some future point when they have kids and he's trying to gather all the hedgehogs. Might be pretty funny. Or hide and seek with hedgehogs would be really cute.
It's time for your bath. No. Yep.
Be looking under every chair. Yeah, that could be fun, I think.
And then he'll call Poppy. Poppy, you got to find our kids. If you had to bargain with an ancient sentient marsh to save your best friend, would you rather dramatically hack off all of your beautiful hair with a kitchen knife or toss your most expensive prize jewelry into the mud knowing you'll never get it back?
Jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry. Yeah.
I'm not attached to items very much, so.
Me, same. Yeah. Would you rather defend your partner by boiling someone's tea with magic or by calmly destroying them with passive aggressive politeness? I want the
first
magic
one.
I want the magic. Yeah.
I'm not very good with the passive aggressive. I'm kind of aggressive in bad situations. So.
Would you rather have an ancient grasshopper-like pixie elder secretly living in your floral centerpieces to silently judge your dinner guests, or have a housemaid who constantly threatens to quit because the enchanted teacups keep humming whenever she tries to wash them?
Oh, give me a pixie pal.
the grasshopper-like pixie?
Yeah.
Would you rather fall in love with someone who studies mushrooms instead of people, or someone who can change size but has zero patience for small talk? That's just really the two main characters, but...
Say that again. Give me that one again, please.
Oh, sure. Would you rather fall in love with someone who studies mushrooms instead of people, or someone who can change size but has zero patience for small talk?
I might be too much like the second one. I might have to go with the first one just to have enough contrast.
Yeah. All right, last one. Would you rather be loved for your botanical sketches or feared for your ability to weaponize garden plants?
Botanical sketches.
Yeah, I like the art. But having the ability to weaponize garden plants would be interesting, but I don't want to be feared for it. So yeah, I'd have to go with the first one. Mm-hmm. All right, well, that brings us to the end of the fun and games portion. So next we have the happily ever after sprint, which we're working on our own projects. And if you want to tell us what you were working on, Willow.
I'm going to be brainstorming today. If people like this first Pixie novel, I think I'm going to write another one. It's a novella. It's short and sweet. And I'm thinking of, and in fact, if you, I think in the description part, isn't there a link so they can go and get the book if they'd like?
They can. And I also put it in the chat for anyone who is lingering. You can see that it is pinned at the top of the chat for anyone who wants to pick that up. And it is in the description box down below. So you can go grab a copy of it now. So.
Yeah, and if you like it, drop me a note because that will make a difference about how many or if I write more. But I think it'll be a couple more because they're pretty fun. But I'm going to be working on Witch Sister and brainstorming. I might need to be the second book.
Okay. So you who's it going to be? You said the sister? One of the sisters?
One of the sisters, I think, will be the next book.
It has to be Arabella.
Yeah, because she has certain talents.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was interesting. It was just like a one line you put in there about don't ask who did whatever it was that happened, but something that she did with the food, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right. And I think I'm gonna do some more brainstorming. I'm at a point, I'm drafting my next book, and I'm at a point where I can't decide exactly how I want the scene to go, but I think I have an idea. I'm not really
Mm-hmm.
sure. So I'm gonna do some more brainstorming. I don't know if I'll actually be able to start writing because I've already done some brainstorming on it and still haven't figured out something yet for it. So we'll see. But I'll be working on that. I do count my brainstorming words. I count it all part of my writing process.
And happy to meet you too, Rachel.
Oh, hey Rachel, how's it going? For anyone who is joining us for this 30-minute sprint, you're welcome to work on whatever you need to do, whether reading, writing, housework, coursework, day job, or just taking care of you. And we will get started. I'm going to find the right tab. Nope, not the right tab. There we go. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, and good luck.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had it on real low and I didn't realize the volume was that low. We should have heard like a zing when it ended. So, but yeah. So how did you do?
Pretty good. I think I know which sister I'm gonna go for.
Okay, well, that's good. It's always great when you know like what direction you're going to go into. I kind of did the same. Like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing for this chapter. And I decided, okay, it really has to be 2 chapters. So once I got that figured out, I was like, okay, now I can start explaining this out. But I was like, before I go into the second chapter, though, I need to know because this is like a culmination of a previous series that's connected. So I have 3 standalone books. They're all brothers, and the 4th brother kicks off a linear series. And they're all going to come in. They all have their own part toward the end of that series, like what happens in the end. So like, okay, who can I pull from the other books that would like join these people here? And I was like, where are all my characters again? So, yeah.
Looks like Rachel got through with the page of polishing. So good job.
Yay, awesome. I did see something come through an email or something that I didn't quite understand, but I will get to it. But yeah. Yeah, so made progress. I'm happy that I didn't get to write anything, but I'll probably get there maybe next week. I'll start writing something. So, all right, let me turn off the banner.
And thank you so much for doing this. It was so much fun to come to your channel and spend some time with you, Shannon. It's always fun to hang out with you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for saying yes and coming on. So, yeah. I'm glad that I was able to get you on here because I know at first you're like, well, I don't know if this book will be ready yet, and yeah, but it turned out. I know it's a really great book, so I'm glad I got you.
You inspired me to get it done quicker, which is fun.
There you go.
The deadline helped me get it.
Right, external deadline sometimes works. Well, before we wrap up the chat, can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on next? Like, what do you think you'll have coming out next after this one?
Well, right now I have a travel romance with beta readers, but I think it's going to need a little bit of work. So the second novella in the Monstrously Sweet romance series will probably be out before that travel romance, but I do have a travel romance in the pipeline.
Okay. And that's going to be more contemporary then?
It will. It's a later in life travel romance because I'm kind of in a season in my life where I'm traveling a lot. So I'm writing about that. It's fun.
They say write what you know.
Yeah.
That's why we do magic. No, I'm just kidding.
Later in the year, I'm going to have another Bears book out, but that's coming in the summer probably.
So you do have a few things coming. I did drop the links in the chat. So we already have, you can get the download for this book there. And Willow does write under several different pen names. So Lori Tennant is one of them. So there's her newsletter on Substack. Yeah. And this is the pen name for this one, Sweet Regency Romance. And then hello, ma'am. Is this someone you know? Maybe.
I don't know that name, but some of my friends online use different names for Zoom such things and YouTube, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, it could be someone you know. It could be someone new just to the channel overall. So welcome.
A new friend.
Yeah, new friends. So, what do you think about the books of Fedor Dostoevsky? I'm partially tone deaf, so I have no idea how you're supposed to say that. I'm sure I've heard it before because it sounds familiar, but
I don't know. Maybe it's something I should look up. I'm not familiar with
Dostoevsky.
I don't know.
I'm going to remember how it sounds, but it's hard. Yeah, to recall it because it sounds very familiar, but I have not read it either. I read almost exclusively romance, fantasy romance, whatever falls underneath that large umbrella. So, I the links. Did you find it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's some type of literary work.
Yes. Yeah. From the 1800s kind of thing. Looks like Russian author.
It's totally fine. Author of Crime and Punishment.
Oh, well, there you go.
Sounds right. I was like, it sounds very, very familiar, but when you get out of like certain circles of what you've been reading and you start going into other genres and you kind of start, especially as you get older, you don't remember all this stuff anymore. So I'm like, yeah, I used to know all the literary classics, but I don't teach anymore. I think that's also too, and I get to read whatever I want to read. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining me today on Charm Chats and Happily Ever After Sprints. I appreciate you coming on. All of Willow's links are in the description box down below. And yeah, this is we have one more. The next and last Charm Chats and Happily Ever After Sprints is tomorrow. I have guest author Rachel D. Adams. It's a good friend here in the AuthorTube community who has also been on the show in the past. She joined us for the last day tomorrow, February 28th at 4 p.m. Central or 5 p.m. Eastern, and that will do it. Bye, everyone.
I want to tell you something. Don't be scared. It's midnight, baby, just us two, no bright lights, nothing to prove. Your handshake, mine do too, but it feels right being close to you. Come closer, don't look away. We both know why you came to stay. Your heart beats loud, I hear it too. This moment's a little taboo. Don't rush it, move slow, feel the heat start to grow. If you want me, let it show. Tell me soft, tell me loud.